Hi. Today I will explain a new grammar lesson which is about modal verbs. So the title is using modal verbs. I want you to open your grammar copybooks to write the title. Okay? Now we'll see together what the modal verbs are, how we use them, and what do we mean by each one of them. These are the modal verbs. We have might. Come on, I want you to write them on your copybooks. Might, will, should, may, could, would, must, ought, shall, and can. Now, through examples, we'll see what we mean by each one of them and how we use each one of them. I will start with will. Okay, so I will start with the easy ones and then I will move to the most difficult ones. They're not much difficult, but more difficult than the others. So will means certainty. Certainty, yani 100% this action will happen. For example, my sister will visit us this afternoon. So we're waiting for her. She will visit us. That way she will be in the house. So it will happen. 100% this action will happen. And if we notice here, will, I will put it in green, whatever, or in red. Will is the modal verb. Okay? I cannot say my sister will ask this afternoon. I cannot say that. It doesn't have a meaning. After the modal verb, I have to use an action verb, okay? Or the main verb. Will what? She will visit us. So after will, I use a main verb. I will put it in another color. And this main verb, who will visit, it should be in the base form. Yani I do not add s or ing or es or ed to the verb. I do not say my sister will visit. My sister will visit us this afternoon. Okay? If whatever the subject is, I use base form. Yeah, and if I change the subject, if I say I will travel. Let me put it in black. So I will travel to Paris next summer. Okay, so here will is the modal verb again because we're talking about will, and then the main verb or the action verb, it's travel, and we do not add anything to the verb. Okay, now the next one is shall. Shall and will have something in common. Shall also means or shows certainty. Come on, when I use shall, yani 100% this action will happen. But I cannot use shall except with I or we. Yani, when I have I or we in the sentence, I use shall or will. Okay? My I and we, I can use shall or will. With the other things, I just use will. Okay? For example, instead I will travel, I can say I shall travel to Paris next summer. On, will is correct, shall is correct. And again, shall is the modal verb. Okay? Travel is the main verb. We use the base form. Again, we do not add anything to the verb. After that, we have must. Must means obligation, order. I'm giving an order to these people. I'm telling them, you must stay home in order to protect yourselves from coronavirus. Okay? If you like to stay home or if you don't like to stay home, you must stay home. It's an order. You have to do it. Again, if we go here, must is the modal verb, stay is the main or the action verb. Okay? Mahal, instead of must, we can use another thing, which is you have to stay home in order to protect till the end yourselves from coronavirus. So have to hon, it means must. Okay? Of course, if I use must, I do not add anything to the verb. But if I want to use have to, if I change the subject, يعني if I use singular, for example, my brother, I cannot say my brother have. My brother has to study well for his exams. So, هون كمان has to means must. It's the same as must. Okay? So, we have has to or have to. يعني أنا صار عندي will and shall certainty, but of course in the future. I cannot use will and shall in the present. In the future. Okay, I will do this thing in the future, or I shall do this thing in the future. Must, have to, or has to, an order. It's for orders. So now we go to another one, which is should. Should is for advice. I'm giving you an advice. Okay, I'm advising people. They are free. They can do it or they cannot do it, but I'm just giving them an advice. For example, people should use public transportation like bus or train in order to decrease pollution. Okay? So I'm giving them an advice. I cannot give them an order. Some people do not like public transportation. They do not like buses or trains. So it's just an advice. And again, should is the modal verb. After should, we use the main verb. We do not add anything to the main verb. La s, es, ed, ing, we do not add anything. Okay? Now, we have may and might. May and might are for probability. Let's go back to will. Will or shall, certainty. 100% this action is true. But if I use may, I'm not certain, I'm not sure. It's probable, possible. Yani 50% is true or 60%. For example, you may find Mary in the office. Okay? Or you might. It's not a problem. We can use might here. We will go to the office. We may find it her. يمكن we will not find it her. It's something probable. احتمال 50% or 60%. And again, if I use may or might, I can use any one of them. After them, I have to use main verb or action verb in the base form. We do not add anything to it. Now, we go to can. Can, it's ability. I can do something, يعني I'm able to do it. For example, my brother can draw nice pictures. Okay, so can is the modal verb. After can, we have the main verb, which is draw. We do not add anything. Even my brother is singular, but we do not say my brother can draws. My brother can draw nice pictures. It's ability. He can do it. Okay? If it's something in the past, ability in the past, we use could. Ability in the past, we can use could. For example, he could run 10 miles in a minute, but now his leg is broken, so he cannot move. Okay, so could is the modal verb. After could, we use run, which is the main verb. He could run, he could do it. In the past, he could run, but now he has a broken leg, so he cannot run anymore. So it's something in the past. Okay, these are the modal verbs. Now we'll see pictures to understand them better. Okay, here. Pupils or students must wear a uniform. You must, it's an order in the school. You cannot come to the school without you wearing uniform. So we use must. You should not smoke. I'm giving you an advice. I cannot give you an order. You are 30 years old, so it's up to you, but I'm giving you an advice. Here, I will often have cereal for my breakfast, or we shall enjoy a walk in the park. هيدي, it's something that will happen in the future. 100%, 100%. Now, if we see can, I can drive a tractor. My grandfather could draw very well. Okay? They can do it. They are able to do it. Now we'll move to another thing, and I will talk again about may. May has another meaning. May can be used to ask for permission. But as you noticed, I said ask. Yani it should be a question. For example, may I go out? So I'm asking for a permission. The answer will be either yes, you may. Okay, yes, you may go. Or no, you may not. So it's a permission. Okay? Same thing goes for can. Can also can be asked for a permission. Can be used for a permission in a question. Can I use your phone? So I'm asking for a permission. Okay? Could can also be used for permission. Okay. So could you close the window? The difference on and where's may? May I go out? I can use instead of may. Can I go out? But may is more polite. All of them are correct, but may is more polite. Now let's go back to the picture. Here we see, may I leave a few minutes early? I'm asking for permission. Could we go to the post box on the way? Okay. Please, can we have an ice cream? So I'm asking for a permission. But may is the most polite one. Okay. So, and if you notice, let me go back here. My brother can draw nice pictures. If I want to change it into a question, it's simple. هيدي can, I just switch it. I bring it to the beginning of the sentence and it's a question. Can your brother draw a nice picture? So I switch it, then I have a question. Yani, you can use my phone. Okay, if I bring can بحملها and I get it to the beginning of the sentence, then it's a question. Here are more examples about that. She can go out. If you notice here, can, they removed it from here and they put it at the beginning. Can she go out? Then it's a question. We could drive there. We just put could at the beginning. Could we drive there? It's a question. Children should eat fruit. Come on, we bring it to the beginning. Should children eat fruit? This can be done with all of them. Yani must, can, could, will, shall, all of them. When I bring them to the beginning of the sentence, I have a question. And if I want to use them in the negative form, كمان it's easy. I just add not after them. Okay? يعني you cannot or can't. Can't is the abbreviation of cannot. Use my phone. I just add not, then it's negative. Okay? So this is everything about modal verbs. And we'll do some exercises about them. Now what I want you to do is, okay, I want you to look at this picture. I want you to write at least 3 sentences about this picture, and I want you to use a modal verb in each sentence, different modal verb. Yani in one sentence you use can, and the other sentence you use will, and the third sentence you use should, for example. You choose 3 modal verbs and you write 3 sentences about this picture using each modal verb in a sentence.